So let's talk about chronic infection today. And I'm not talking about the kind of chronic infection where you catch cold and it turns into bronchitis and it takes several months to get over it. I mean, that's an obvious infection that does have symptoms. It just needs probably better support or therapy to help you get over it. The type of infection I'm talking about is the type that you don't even know you have because it disguised itself in some other way. Meaning, let's say you are 3 years old, you catch a cold, and all the symptoms go away. The virus doesn't, and it finds a place to hide in your body. And what if that place is your cardiovascular system? And it stays there somewhat dormant throughout most of your life, even though it's causing you to lose energy and vitality during that whole time. But then you go through a very stressful period and later on in life, and that virus then takes advantage of that situation, and it expresses itself as some form of heart disease. When we're just using our medical system as a way to diagnose that, there just isn't any good way to find those hidden infections that are lying dormant in your system. But if we utilize energy medicine and we use a reflex system, there are ways to get clues on whether the cause of your high blood pressure or your diabetes or one of the underlying causes or initiating factors for these chronic health conditions could be a chronic low-grade infection that you're carrying in your system. And a lot of those happen in the GI system, the microbiome is in your gut. There's trillions of bacteria, and there are funguses, and there are parasites, and viruses, and all these things live together in harmony. But if something gets out of balance, and let's say a fungal infection or a yeast or a mold starts to overgrow, then it's going to cause problems. It's going to eat and it's going to excrete. And those things that come out the back end are going to become toxins. They're going to circulate systemically. And those kind of things can eventually initiate some sort of an autoimmune process because these toxins get lodged in tissues and your immune system starts trying to clean that mess up, and it just turns into a chronic inflammatory process. And those are just ideas that are just barely kind of scratching the surface of what can happen when we get out of balance in our system and we're carrying a low-grade chronic infection, and how many different systems that it can involve. And so, like I said, there are ways using energy medicine to see if we can get an idea of where a person might have some of these chronic infections hiding. And then we can start to unwind that and find solutions for not only helping your immune system find and eliminate the infection, but then help whatever organ, gland, tissue, or system that's been affected by that. We can then try to help that gland recover, or tissue, or whatever it is. But it just takes a systematic approach to finding that cause, meaning an infection, if you happen to have one.